Now what? They are going to have to figure out how to rule themselves under the crazy new thing called popular sovereignty, which we had discussed in previous lessons. So they're not under a king. There's no one telling them what to do. They're having to figure this out. So states created their own constitutions because you need law and order, right? Without it, things don't run properly. And there were so many people in so many states. There was a lot to consider. So states got together, created their own documents. Mostly the colonial structures were continued, but they were altered to take the majority of the power away from the governor and put it into the assembly. Okay? So states were different. The state constitutions were unique. And what ended up happening is when the delegates came to the Constitutional Convention to create the new document, people from the states brought their state constitutions. So that's a building block, a puzzle piece that fit into the end result, which was the United States Constitution. All right, so under the heading U.S. Constitution, listen to this and take notes, and then I'm going to summarize it for you and tell you what to write on your puzzle pieces. So don't be writing on your puzzle pieces now. Just be writing in your notes. Okay, so the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land in the United States. How does it start? Does anyone remember how the U.S. Constitution starts? I think I played some videos from you before. We the people.
Perfectly established as a legitimate Mexican provide
promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Well done, Ireland. All right. The Constitution of the United States is the supreme law of the land, empowered by the sovereign authority of the people, by the framers with the consent of the legislature of the states. It is the source of all government power and also provides important limitations on the government that protect the fundamental rights of the United States citizens. All right? It's the granddaddy of them all. We still have that same Constitution today, you guys. And those men in that hot room who were there for months worked out a whole new radical way of governing. Kings, queens, dictators, all kinds of situations existed, but this was a very unique situation, and they created the U.S. Constitution. All right, the highest law of the land. So on your puzzle pieces, here we go. Because these are all interlocking, you guys. These things work together. Right on the top of one puzzle, Articles of Confederation. On your second puzzle, write state constitutions. And for the third puzzle, write U.S. Constitution. We're going to do a very brief description of each of those. And for the sake of this video lesson, I'm going to say them quickly. I would give more time in a regular class, but this is what I want you to write down, okay? And then we're gonna quiz each other on these and do learning studies and what do you call it? Study hall lessons, so that we can use this as a study guide for the test. All right. For the Articles of Confederation, I want you to write this. Under this, the states remained sovereign and independent, with Congress serving as the last resort on appeal of disputes. And normally I'd say it slower, because I know students can't write that quickly. Okay, under state constitutions, I want you to write, the early state constitutions and how they were drafted would inform the process, and the resulting document would become the U.S. Constitution. So that's going to be your second. The third puzzle piece. The Constitution of the United States is the supreme law of the United States. It is the source of all government powers and also provides important limitation on the government that protect the fundamental rights of U.S. citizens. Okay, so write those out. You're going to cut them out I'm going to hand out the red paper for you, and I have stars and stripes and things that you can decorate with. All right? Does anyone have any questions on what to do with a puzzle? All right, let me ask some questions. Just to see how much you're paying attention. Which came first? U.S. Constitution, Articles of Confederation, or state constitutions? Which came first? Butch?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Which came first?
What's the one again?
Articles of Confederation, state constitutions, U.S. Constitution.
U.S. Constitution. State Constitution.
She got it backwards, but that's okay. This is why we're learning, and your puzzle pieces are going to remind you what came first. The Articles of Confederation. All right? Articles of Confederation were the first thing that happened before they made the state constitutions and the U.S. Constitution. All right? All right, what is the Supreme Court, the Supreme Law of the land? Which document do we have today that is our Supreme Law of the land that was created back then? Harold.
What's the question again?
Pay attention. What is the Supreme Law of the land right now?
The Constitution.
That's right. Good job, Butch. Okay. Harold, it was Harold. Good job. All right. So, we're going to keep practicing that. Work on these. I'll be walking around if you have any questions at all. And thank you very much.